There you go.
Yeah, good. Guys, keep going. I can see it's working. Espanol sauce. Anybody know why Espanol sauce came to be? Is it demi-glace? What is it? It's demi?
Reduce them,
What demon comes from this movie?
Chef.
You guys are killing me.
What?
I'm going to make you look bad.
The key reason for Espanol, though, really was money. That was the main reason Espanol was developed. Because the money it took to make real demi-glace got to be expensive at one point. So Espanol came into play. Yeah, definitely not the same product, but a very similar product, a lot less money. And you'll find throughout history that economics, war, marriages, a lot of things play really the role of food today and where things come from, and especially how the French, which we'll get to. You know, the great houses in those days, mythology, you know, all those things you maybe read about, or you know, the fantasies that people talk about. In those days, love affairs, regions of countries, seasons, everything affects cuisine, and not just in classical French. Again, when I kind of speak classical, to me it's everywhere. Italy. You know, if you look at the south of Italy, the north of Italy, the coast of Italy, they're three different things. You know, why in the south of Italy is tomato prominent? Why is olive oil? Why is, you know, the bread salad, the bread soup, all polenta, all that stuff more in the south of Italy? Money. People had to eat and fill themselves up, and they couldn't waste food. You know, tiramisu, the most abused dessert ever to enter this country. Something happens when things enter here. I don't know what it is yet. Food, it just gets abused. Pizza, we don't even go on the pizza. Hawaiian pizza, really? Ham, pineapple, cheese and dough. I just don't get it. But you know, but tiramisu, basically, the Venetian days, the farmers took a break from their day, sat down, had very strong coffee, which we call espresso, dipped a very hard cookie, which perhaps called biscotti, maybe not so much in those days, but just a very hard cookie, dipped it in that espresso, had an abundance of this Italian cheese, sugar, cocoa, sat on the table, dipped it and ate it. That was tiramisu, purest form. And it was done not so much because, oh, this is great, we're going to eat tiramisu today, let's get around the table, paisanos. It was work. It was work. They needed pickup, they needed sugar, they needed caffeine, they needed to get back out and bust their butts. So that was just a great way, and that's why tiramisu in Italian means pick me up. But that was the purest form of the dessert. Not little chocolate shingles around it and chocolate gelatin, the damn thing. You know, pastry chefs, take away gelatin or freezer, you're in trouble. No gelatin, no freezer, no desserts. But all this stuff, love affairs, another region of the country, everything pastry chefs.
Chef Vicky.
But it's okay, she knows it. So the House of Medici, the Los, Bourbon, so all these houses, bechamel, you know, we know bechamel sauce. So a lot of names were just developed because dishes were either made for these people. Mythology, you know, we look at Helene, we look at sauce Charon, we look at ambrosia salad. A lot of that was based off mythology. So even history and mythology, a lot of things really played a role in making the name of dishes and how food was developed. When you look at great events, marriages, you had the French Revolution, you had the Battle of Marengo, the Battle of Sofrino, the Battle of Waterloo. During all those battles, dishes were created, things were done. The king has no teeth. French kings, especially back in that time, by sometimes their mid-30s to early 40s, most of them lost their teeth. So when you look at Mussolini's, Paté's, necessity, it's the only way they can eat. You know, 30's old, so that's what I was told today. 30, oh my God! I'm not even 30, so I'm not even going there. It's probably just faint. But a lot of it was necessity because there was a debt problem back then. So to cook for kings meant pureeing food. And coming up with tasty, somehow good food that they could somehow eat because T-bone just wasn't in the cards. Love affairs. You know chefs. You know, they are. But Sorel, Josephine, Nellie Melba, who supposedly had a a big affair with Escoffier. She was a famous singer. A lot of Escoffier's dishes. That's why you need to read it. See, if there's nothing else, there's some dirt here. Were named after his mistresses and his lovers. And then here is the lady responsible. Caterina de Medici, who married Henry III, who was son of Francis II. I forgot where this Charles guy came in. He's in there somewhere. But she married basically the king and went to France. The French at that time didn't even have silver. They basically ate with their very rustic people. Very uncouth. It took the Italians to show them the way, you know. So you should hear when Philippe here can do all this. I get email after email for a week. But it is true though. The marriage, she did move to France, brought with her Florentine pastry cooks. Went to France, taught them what to do, and she brought silverware, and she really refined, and the French really grasped it. You know, they took what she brought to that country at that time, took it to the next level, and when you look at the northern part of Italy, unlike the south, demi-glace is used, butter is used, just as much as olive oil, so the north of Italy has that influence. Veal Parmesan, we're not talking about Olive Garden. I'm talking about what your mom made with Chapoerdi and some kind of cheese. Real veal Parmesan, scallopines of veal, sauteed, deglazed with a little demi, real Parmesan cheese, gratin under the salami. That's real Parmesan. How the hell they got breaded, soaked in red sauce, and cheese from Wisconsin on top. I don't know where that's that. It is what
That
it
was a
is.
low blow.
From Wisconsin? Battle of Marengo. There's Napoleon on his horse, chicken, eggs, mushrooms, crawfish. Came back from that battle. The cook was tasked with cooking something for Mr. Napoleon, which, you know, probably didn't do right. He probably wouldn't survive the cooking next meal. Unemployment ran high in those days. He didn't collect. But basically rounded up chicken, eggs, mushrooms, had crawfish, tomatoes, supposedly truffle. I'm still amazed in those days that stuff was just laying in the field where people were fighting. But, you know, history is what it is. But the basis of that dish came from that battle. Basically a cook rounding up the ingredients he had a cook for, you know, the general. What do I make? That's why it was named Marengo. Napoleon liked it so much that that dish was made before every battle. Napoleon was a very superstitious general, and once he got into a habit, felt he needed to do that so he wouldn't lose a battle. So that became a staple. Pottage sofrino, which is a cream of tomato soup. Again, you know, a battle. So things out of necessity, and things that then were refined through the course of history and made to taste good. So war, you see marriage, you see Sorel was a Bressatic. She was a lover to King Charles, first lady to ever wear diamonds. She was poisoned at 28 years old, probably from wearing the diamonds. Ancestor to Prince William. So that's what's going on. Now, there you go. That's cool food, huh? You guys all know about that stuff, don't you? Yeah, everyone's smiling. Yep, that is good. Good looking dishes there. I don't know if they taste good. They do look cool. And then if we go back, you have the pastry chef. See that little gelatin there and the spear that was frozen. Dehydrating the bread, the crumble stuff, you know, all this technology that's actually tastes good. It's supposed to keep me out of trouble.
That's what you said.
Crab booty. It's always in that trouble, you know. But crab booty, you know, whether you like it, don't like it, in the time, country clubs years ago, and continental restaurants, which the term was, wasn't global, wasn't fusion, was continental. It was a big deal, you know, crab, lettuce, you know, Thousand Island dressing, some sort of dressing theme, Thousand Island. Modernize it, you know, you can take a baby lettuce that's grown in a certain farm in California by an Italian family. Those Italians, you know, fill it with crab, still have the lace dressing, candied lemon on top. Salad de soie, everybody know salad de soie?
Yes, yeah.